Hello, Ave Maria Pastorate. Father Hagerty, your pastor, giving you the update for the month of October. Let's get started. First off, it's a holy day of obligation this Friday. It's All Saints Day. So get to Mass, look at our bulletin for all the Mass times, and there are some Mass times available on Halloween itself. And in fact, I'll be celebrating a 4:30 p.m. Mass here on Halloween for those who will be wanting to go out for trick-or-treating. So feel free to come. If you're going to do some trick-or-treating in town here, feel free to come to the 4:30 Mass. We'll be done within the hour to go out trick-or-treating. A little reminder too, Halloween is all about the saints, the holy ones, those who gave their lives for Christ. And so really to ask the saints to pray for us as a nation as we enter into the election, which is coming up here in just a little bit. But before I talk about that, this Sunday in Clark, they have their annual roast beef dinner. That's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and it is really good food. So if you want to have a really good meal and get out of town, or maybe you want to travel to another parish for the weekend, go out to Clark and they will have their amazing roast beef annual dinner. So come on out and get something good to eat there this Sunday, 11 a.m. The next is on Tuesday. That's our election. So please pray that God's will be done, and pray for our country too, that we would be able to be unified, even in the midst of a very divided country and politically. But a reminder that our Bishop DeGrood, along with the Bishop of Rapid City, have issued statements on two of the things you can vote on the ballot this Tuesday. That's Amendment G and IM 29, Initiated Measure 29. Amendment G is a very aggressive law around abortion, and we are to vote no as Catholics because we want to protect life in the womb. And then the other is IM 29, which legalizes recreational marijuana. That's also, we do not want that in our state. It is not a good thing for us, and it's really immoral to use it in a recreational way. So please vote no on that as Catholics, and you can look at the statements on the diocesan website that the bishop has there with a statement along with the Bishop of Rapid City. Okay, moving along throughout the week. After Tuesday, we have Wednesday. Wednesday is the changes. Changes for what? Daily Mass. Here in the city of Watertown, we wanted more opportunities for people to attend daily Mass. Our daily Mass numbers have been great the whole time we've been here, but we'd like to have more people come to a daily Mass, because that's what Set Ablaze has asked, is to make it more available to our people. And so in the city of Watertown, we're going to have an early one, which will be 7 a.m. on Wednesday and Thursday here at Immaculate Conception. And Holy Name will continue to be 8:30 on Wednesday and Thursday as well. So we'll have one for those early risers who want to go out and about their day, and those who maybe don't have to go to work and can make an 8:30 Mass a lot easier too. So, or those who have work a little bit later or work nights. So we'll have two Masses, two opportunities for that. So I want to thank everyone for doing the survey. It's very clear that those were the two best times for those days. As far as the Tuesday Mass, we were looking at possibly having a 5 or a 5:15 on Tuesday evening, or keeping it at 8:30 at Holy Name, that is. We're still looking at that. We'll have more information on that in November, but that change will not happen until really Advent if we were to make a change with that. Otherwise, Immaculate Conception stays the same at 12:10 p.m. for Tuesday Mass as well. So, okay, next up is on that Wednesday, we will also begin 24-hour Eucharistic adoration in our pastorate. It'll be here in the chapel at Immaculate Conception. We've already been doing 12-hour adoration on Wednesdays, but now it'll begin going through the night. And anyone in the pastorate is more than welcome to sign up for an hour to pray once a week. And you can still sign up. You can call any of our offices, any of the parish offices, and try to get signed up, and we will get you signed up to come and to pray. And we are getting a code system installed at our church too, so that people in the middle of the night can easily get in here with typing in a code or having a key card. That's all going to be installed here in the next week. So we are taking donations towards that too, if you're interested in donating towards that cause, to really have our church available and open for those who want to come in to pray. As you know, we've had a lot of vandalism, we've had different thieves, we've also had protesters or people come in and really or people sleep, even sleeping in the church at night, And so we really need to start locking it up to really safeguard what we have here. So, but now we'll have the key codes. So that'll be a great opportunity to basically have people give access to the people who really want to come here and to pray. Also, on Wednesday, we have our encounter event, our second encounter event. Again, this is a mandate of our Set Ablaze pastoral plan that we want all 7 parishes to come together. And these events are meant to get our adults involved, to help feed them, to help them get them excited about the faith so that they can teach their children the faith and live out the faith themselves. We had an awesome event at Holy Name last time, in September. And so this event will be this Wednesday, and we're having the sisters come, the Pro Ecclesia Sancta sisters from Sioux Falls. We call them the PES sisters for short. And so awesome, so amazing. If you've not met them, you've got to come and meet the sisters. It's going to be a really wonderful night. And again, you can bring your kids as well. We have kids activities over in the school, but we'll begin all together the event here at Immaculate Conception this Wednesday at 6:30. So please come on out for the event. We would love to have and to see all of you here. Next up, we have another big pastorate event will be the Turkey Bingo Pie Auction at Holy Name, and that will be on November 24th from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. So come on out. I know the priests, last year we all made a pie, so I think we might do it again. We'll wait and see. There's an auction that went on, and I think Father Christopher or Father John had the highest bidded pie. I unfortunately was the lowest bidded pie. So, but hopefully I'll do a little better this year. But yeah, come on out to Turkey Bingo Pie Auction. And then finally, I want to give you an update on Set Ablaze. As you know, we did the Set Ablaze pastoral planning process, and we submitted the plan to the bishop in May. He approved it by July, and now we've been implementing it. And I want to just remind you some of the places we have been implementing it. As a reminder as well, the bishop has asked us to look at 5 areas. That's what our committee looked at. That was worship, and then we had discipleship and evangelization, so a lot of the teaching of the faith, and then worship would be Mass and adoration, confession, all that type stuff. And then we had community, so really the community life within our own churches, parishes, and then service. What are we doing outside of the Catholic community and in our cities to help out? And then school. If we have a Catholic school, what are we doing with our school? And we looked at all these areas and looked at the 10-year future for that. For worship with Mass, one of the changes we have made is the bishops asked really every pastorate to look at their Masses. And one of the things that was asked of us was to reduce our Masses in our pastorate from 11 down to 8 Masses. And we have done that partially in July. As you recall, on Saturday, we began to have our one Saturday night Mass in the city of Watertown. We went from 2 to 1, and that was at a 4 p.m. Mass. We started it out in the month of July at Holy Name, and that was in the odd month. And then the even months are here at Immaculate Conception. I really want to thank everyone, too. I think it's gone really, really well, that change. And so I really want to thank everyone for being very open to it. And that's one of the changes that has happened. And then we also need to cut 2 more Sunday Masses. And it's a very, very tough decision for us to make, particularly me as the pastor. I'm ultimately the person that makes the choice. The bishop's given us our parameters, which is we have to reduce our Sunday Masses. And so with consultation with the committee, I made the choice to no longer have Sunday Mass at St. Mary's in Bryant, and also Sunday Mass at St. Henry's in Henry. And so that will begin in January. The last Sunday Mass will be in December there. And I have also talked with some other priests and the bishop at Clergy Days, and we are looking, though, at not just never having a Sunday Mass there again, but over the next year, especially, having quarterly Masses, so a Mass about once a quarter, and they can really choose any Mass they want. So they can have a Mass on Christmas if they want next year, or Easter, or they can have a Mass for First Communion. These are some of the things that we'll be able to gather together, and we'll be able to do that because we have Father Bomberger still available to us and helping out. And so as long as we have all the help that we need to be able to do that, the manpower to do that, the priest power to do it, we will be having those quarterly Masses. And so look to the bulletin and also some of the times that will be chosen for that for the coming year. So in December, we won't have Mass there anymore, but we will at that time tell you what some of the quarterly Masses will be, when those times will be, if the next Mass will be at Easter or at First Communion, what those would look like. So that's some of the implementations around worship that the bishops asked us to do. And also with the daily Mass times changes that I've done in the city of Watertown, it's an opportunity for more people to attend daily Mass than what currently is attending. And then having Eucharistic adoration, 24 hours, that's something new that we'll be doing. That was talked about in our Set Ablaze plan. Father Christopher's been doing a Eucharistic Holy Hour at 3 p.m. He's been offering that at Holy Rosary, or here at Immaculate Conception, or at Holy Name. So those are other opportunities as well around worship. And then the other piece would be discipleship and evangelization. As you recall, Missy Bomberger is our Director of Discipleship and Evangelization. And this year in the city of Watertown, we have combined our religious education programs. And so our K through 6th graders are meeting here at Immaculate Conception campus. And then we have all of the kids that are 7 through 12, but meeting up at Holy Name. And that's further just said there, mainly 7th through 9th. And then 10th graders are confirmation, they're meeting at the Knights of Columbus Hall. And so we're doing all of it together. And that was something else too that was put to us is, how can we look at our resources, be more efficient, as the bishop wants us to do? Where do we have duplications where we don't necessarily need to have duplications? And so that's something as well that we looked at doing and are implementing. And we did that last year with confirmation programs were put together last year. And this year now we're putting all of it together. So that's another piece for discipleship and evangelization. The other is our encounter events, having a monthly event during the school year of formation for parents and our religious education teachers and everyone in the pastorate just to come together and to network. Part of Set Ablaze was we want to have healthy, holy families. And so that was our first encounter event. It was all about family life. And we're going to continue to be talking about family. But we need to be coming together as a pastored family as well. And so we're having these encounter events. Our first one was at Holy Name. This one is at Immaculate Conception. And we're also looking at possibly having one out at Kranzberg at Holy Rosary. They have the facility to accommodate the number of people. And so that's another piece is the encounter event. And again, that's happening this coming Wednesday. And then other pieces around the Set Ablaze pastoral planning process. We've talked about community life and service. We're still working on some of those pieces, but there's always things we're working on that. But one thing in particular is the school pillar. We had talked about having an exploratory committee to look at the future of the school, the Catholic school here in Watertown. I've mentioned at the town hall meetings that there's big repairs that need to get done at the school, and we're really at a time that we need to address them, particularly the HVAC system, the roof, handicap accessibility with an elevator, those type things. And add it all up, it quickly gets in the millions. Almost, 3.5 million we've had for the HVAC system to get air conditioning in the building. There is no air conditioning in the building. There's some AC units, etc. But if we're going to look at doing the heating, a new boiler, etc., that's the time to do those things. So just so that you're aware of that. And so we as a committee will begin meeting in November. And so please pray for us. There's a lot of decisions to be made around all of that. And we really want God's will to be done. And really that's what we want for our whole pastorate, is God's will to be done. So please pray for us, and please pray that we'll be able to implement the Set Ablaze pastoral planning process. We've already done a number of things. and some of the other things that are just getting started, particularly that school exploratory committee. Please pray for us as we look at that and really discern and really ask God, what is it you're asking of us? And that's really what all of Set Ablaze is asking you as a lady, what is God asking of you? The church is what it is today, mainly because of a lot of ladies have stepped up in the past, and God's inviting us to do the same today, and really to ask God, what are the gifts that you've given to me, and what are you asking of me to respond to your will, that your church may continue to grow, that the faith may continue to grow and be imparted to our young people and the generations beyond us. So it's our time to respond, and please pray. My prayers for you, and have a happy, hallowed, holy ween. God bless.